As you can tell, we don't have Blakeson with us today.
Rip. Fuck them.
Nonetheless, we're the KC boys. I always want to say Kansas City boys. I'm trying to put my city on. We're the KC boys. My name is Chase.
I'm Kyle.
Diego.
My amo is Steven.
And we are here to get right
Why
in.
was that funny, you guys? You don't have to laugh at that.
That's a good point about it.
Yeah,
They were just poking fun at me is why I brought that back.
I get mad and jealous because Steven's the most famous and the richest and the most funny, so it pisses me off.
I'm also the most stupid looking. So.
You guys, I had an intro.
Can
and
you show us your outfit while we were talking about that? Can you show the class?
Stand up for the class.
All right.
Come front and center,
for those
young
of
lad.
you, for those of you who are just listening, Diego will go ahead and describe what he's seeing right now.
Oh God.
Okay, I'll do it because Diego's not doing it. He's got Velcro shoes on. He's got
That's the schoolboy in him. It's a young school ass.
these are Velcro Vans. He's got some gym shorts that are literally bursting at the seams, that are being stretched to their fabric limits, textile limits. He's got a custom Champion fanny pack on it that says "Dad" in bluey theme. And he's got a shirt that I gave him that has been absolutely mutilated, cut into a crop top.
That's a handmade crop top right there, so he can show off his rolls. Yeah.
And then on top of that, to cap the whole thing off, he's got a dirty mop on top of his head, but only in the back. The sides are clean shaven.
Yeah.
What some of you would call a mullet.
And he rolled up in the heavy flannel to look like he's a hardworking man. So
He's also sporting that black eye.
And somehow it all works. I will admit.
Steven's the black eye for tough.
He's got he's a fashionista. Like, you look like you'd want to beat him up, but he's got the black eye. So you're like, maybe I shouldn't mess with him.
Thanks, man. First they hate and then they copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been got by the mullet.
Yeah, personally, I would never.
You've been trying for years, and
I'll be here with the black eye tomorrow.
Diego kind of mullety.
Yeah, it's getting there.
All right, so I had a little intro, guys, to say. I was going to say, and you guys let me know in the comments what's the appropriate way to go about it. I was going to say good morning, ladies and gents, or good afternoon, good day, ladies and gents and thems, because I want to include everybody and be lovely. And our gay manager, I will add, he covers a part of the social arena that we don't. So we value his opinion on a lot of things. He changed it to good day, ladies and gents, the gays and the theys. So whatever
Which
you
is kind of catchy. It's kind of good.
Yeah,
it does rhyme.
I kind of like it.
The main thing is we want you guys to know we are verbally inclusive. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you listen, we love you. That's what's up. But welcome to the Casey Boys podcast. Unfortunately, you've stumbled upon a not so secret trove of poorly articulated thoughts and borderline incoherent stream of discourse. I will say. Normally, I would go on to let you know that we have no authority on the topic we're going to be talking about, but today we actually do. We're going to be sharing a little bit about our experience as a friend group, our experience as, men in this day and age, and what it means to us, and how we do our best to subvert sex-based expectations anyway. So,
but before we do that, we know how opinionated you guys are about us, especially outside of social media platforms. So make sure you share those thoughts and concerns in the comments, and make sure you like and share.
Yeah, everybody wants to get their 2 cents in. Make sure everybody's got some lip, so you might as well get yours in.
And of course, we need to pimp out this year's sexy moving calendar. We're almost done with this year. We got 2 months left. 2 months left, which I think we're doing one tonight.
Oh, that reminds
one
me.
last week.
That reminds me.
What you got?
Take your damn jock straps you left on my kitchen island.
Don't hold on,
Diego.
Hold on. This is for Diego. Look at the size of this basket. This is a jock strap that Diego could have worn if he would show up to a sexy mover calendar.
Yeah.
Hey, I took
Hold
mine.
on. I did notice them on your kitchen counter. I grabbed mine. This was Blakeston's or yours.
No, I grabbed mine.
This is Blakeston's. I left it for him. He left it.
Hold
and
on.
I left all 3 larges for you because none of us can fill those.
Hold on.
I left mine upstairs in my closet and just.
Oh, this one's Steven's. I can tell. I left this one.
Well, hold on. Let's not go
Let me
past the
double
fact
check.
that Kyle just willingly put on someone else's
We've
jock
confirmed
strap.
it's Blakeston's. If I have mine and he has his, I put Blakeston's jockstrap on my head.
What part was covering your face? I missed it.
The crotchel.
The crotchel. I definitely took mine, but I'm with Kyle. I saw the 3 largest, and I thought, oh, he'll wear this. He can make content with this or do something.
That was a gift for you.
Dog, those
fuck.
larges, I could use those as a fucking shower curtain. Those are what am I gonna do with those? Those fit you, Dad.
So there you go. There's your jock straps back. Don't
Yeah.
leave that in my kitchen.
Well, 2 of those are yours, and then one's Blakerson's. We'll keep that here for her.
Normally
I'll
I
bring
would
those back home. Then.
Normally I would Steven for interrupting the calendar promo, but that was perfect. That is what we were wearing yesterday,
Yeah.
shooting the calendar pictures.
So if you want to see all the hot and steamy pictures that we got lined up for you this year, make sure to get yours so you can get yours, and maybe even get 2.
And don't forget, if you want to, we recorded yesterday's photo shoot, probably over an hour of behind the scenes content. And it's all posted on Patreon. Stuff we can't post anywhere else is us in the jock shop running around Steven's house. And yeah, so make sure you go subscribe to the Patreon, help support us, help support the content.
Preach.
Yeah.
So today we're going to get into a brief history of our friend group.
Yeah.
And one of the main things, which I just touched on it, if you caught it, I said, we'll leave that here so Blakeson can come get hers.
We say it now without even thinking
I
about
didn't
it.
catch it.
I
Yeah.
didn't
It
catch
slipped.
it.
It's a big thing that we get in the comments all the time of why we call each other she's, hers, that girl, look at her go, all that. I see
Oh, she's a
tons of
queen.
comments about like, why do you guys do that? For me, it's mainly because it throws people off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like dragging people into our shenanigans and making them wonder what the fuck is going on over here. And so I think just like any good joke in this friend group, I think it started with Steven. He's the funny one. It's been years. I mean, anytime we go somewhere in public, gyms, out and about, literally it's just me and him acting like idiots. And they'd be like, oh, you guys must be brothers. Steven, quick as a whip. Oh, yeah, that's my little sister.
Quick as a whip, baby.
Quick as a whip. I would be like, hey, like it's just before we started making all these jokes. So I'm over here halfway trying to get my defense out. And before I can even say anything, Steven, like, yep, that's my little sister right there.
And my little sister Chase.
Double downing on it. Yep.
Double down. And this has been literally, you guys, probably 15 years ago.
Yeah.
This has been before misgendering was anything unkind or people would do it intentionally to be absolute nuisances or before pronouns was an issue like that we were aware of. This has been literally 15 years ago of misgendering ourselves and each other just to be funny. Like when
Well,
people
hold
go
on,
like,
because let's not get it twisted. When I said this is my little sister Chase, I wasn't joking about it. I was presenting it in a serious manner, dead serious manner.
Yep.
which
Well,
would confuse people.
I think probably where it started was we always, especially on moves, we would always try and make each other like uncomfortable
Yes.
to the customer. Like say something like, oh, like Steven, yeah, he does ballet on the weekends. Ask him all about that. He loves to sing to his favorite customers.
The goal would be to get you and the customer on the same team, on the same vibe, against whoever you were working with. It would literally be you buddy against them to make them uncomfortable. On Blakeston's first move, me and Steven are telling him, hey, the customer, me and Steven carried something in. Blakeston's on the truck messing around. We come back out. Hey, the customer just said she's going to Subway and going to get us lunch. Go let her know what you want. And he's like, all right, bet. So he goes in there ordering Subway and she's like, I mean, yeah, I guess I can go to Subway for you guys if you really want me to. He's like, oh, I thought you, and just situations like that.
I was extremely uncomfortable when he was doing it, which made it all the more funny. So good. One of our best moving jokes.
Yeah.
If you've ever been in any workforce industry ever, it's, oh yeah, play a joke on the new guy type vibe.
Have to.
But it was always us working with each other, so we're always innovating ways to get the other person, because it would only work like once or twice. You were only ever thrown off like once or twice, and then by then you were just in it. You were into the lie, you were into the joke, you were playing it off with the customer.
And another one is at a coffee shop when it very first was going down, and Kyle and Steven are relentlessly referring to me as her and she, and not to be
That
confused with
girl.
the chocolate brand.
Mhm.
Yeah, that girl. And I go to the bathroom, so I can't even defend myself. And the barista uncomfortably getting drug into it. Yeah, these ones are your guy. These 2 coffees are yours, and this one is. This
is
one
hers.
is hers. I was
You're
going.
unsure.
I was at the bathroom. She was so unsure, and it's just so
is
people be
good.
like, "Oh, how is that funny?" It's anytime you are breaking expectations. Like, what would you
Mhm.
typically expect? That's what humor is. And I like how Steven said it best. It's like, it's not to hurt anybody. It's literally just tricky and fucking. You do what people don't expect you to do, and that's why it's funny. It's like, why is any punchline funny? Oh, I didn't see it coming.
If you watch any of our content, you know we just love breaking social norms, not to be mean, except for to each other, but we get it. And it's just like what you're saying, like breaking social norms, making people feel uncomfortable is what we do. And I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah, this shit has been all the way since middle school, all throughout high school. We have, I mean, honestly, it's a damn blessing because we've been friends for a long ass time. So growing up, watching the jokes evolve, but it's always been that very, oh, now he's getting hot. Here goes,
bothered.
here goes the flannel. It's coming off.
That's what the sexy moving calendar would do it for you. We got it set up over here.
This was to look tough, not that I am tough.
Yeah. He's going to be wearing Timberlands tomorrow and make it look like he's putting his work boots on to go put in an honest day's work.
Let me go buy some Timbs.
Clean.
But yeah, watching the same theme of jokes of making people slightly uncomfortable, putting each other on the spot, but knowing that it's from a place of love, like going out of our way to drag innocent bystanders into it. If we're out in public, like recording content, or if we're out at a restaurant, not recording content, even way before we were ever recording anything, it's been dragging like servers or dragging waitresses or whoever's with us or whoever we're interacting with, dragging them into our jokes and watching those jokes evolve. But the motif, the theme stays the same of breaking, cultural expectations.
This is a story that I find it's very fond in my brain, and I'll let Steven tell it. We were at an Ethiopian restaurant.
Well, there is a lot to that story. Keep going. There's many a thing to that story.
Just regarding the spoon.
One of our favorite pastimes is we love to go eat food, exotic food, different food, try new foods. So one day we go to an Ethiopian restaurant. It's me, Chase, Steven, Desi, and his brother.
And Desi's brother.
Which
we're barely friends with.
Yeah, we've met him a few times. We don't really know him. So Steven orders a avocado smoothie, which, we order this and we're like, oh, this could be like great. Or we could see it being like
questionable.
Not so good. So we get it, comes out exactly like, you imagine it?
Avocado smoothie. It was avocado smoothie.
It's just a green slush.
Yep.
So we all try it. They gave us a little,
it was almost like a souvenir spoon when you go somewhere and you get the miniature spoon. It was almost like one of those.
Like a Cold Stone spoon, like you go try ice cream, sample spoon, yeah. So we're all sampling this avocado smoothie off the same spoon, as we do.
Hold on. It started off as me trying it and being blown away by not only the taste but the consistency and all of the above. It was pretty good, but just different.
Steven was aggressively getting us to try it. Here,
try it. Aggressively get my boys to try it. Starting with, I just went down the line.
Yep.
I think it was Kyle across from him.
Kyle, Desi, Chase, and then Desi's brother last.
Didn't want to leave
on
his brother
purpose.
out.
So this is how it went down.
That was a test. This is
how it went down. Steven took a bite, same spoon. Kyle was like, all right, let me get a bite. Because we eat after each other. Me, Steven, and Kyle eat after each other all the time. That's no big deal. Gave Kyle a bite, and I was like, well, yeah, put it up in here. Put it in my mouth, big dog.
This is mid-COVID, by the
way. We're super spreaders. Puts it in, does a third bite on the same spoon for me. And then Desi is kind of questionable. Obviously, we love him to death. We're close friends with him, but we're not close like me, Steven, and Kyle are. So Desi took a bite. And
also
then
a test.
Steven forcefully, Jesse, get up in here. Keep in mind, this is Desi's brother, who we've met literally twice, who he took a swallow of the, when you make somebody uncomfortable before they're like, and he was like, okay. And then Jesse took a bite. Little did we know.
I was like, hey, what'd you think? Is it good? Just trying to make him...
Trying to break the awkward. Yeah. Just tell us about the smoothie. Don't focus on anything else. You guys, there was a Uber Eats delivery driver.
Innocent
bystander walking out of the restaurant as this is all going down. He gives Jesse the bite. Jesse reluctantly takes a bite off of the same spoon that all five of us.
I think he walked in as we're all trying, and then he grabs the food, and on his way out,
Steven says, hey, what's up, big dog? You trying to get a bite of this action? Because we're the only ones in the restaurant. That's what it was. The restaurant was dead quiet except for us. We're the only people in there. And the Uber Eats driver is like, yeah, sure. Off of the same spoon. Off of the same spoon.
This is how it was. It was me. I remember it was me, Chase, Steven's here. The Uber driver's like in between us, and Steven is leaning across with this spoon of food. And I very, very rarely ever look away in shame at our jokes.
Kyle was ashamed.
I said like this.
head
Yep.
down, like when you come home and your dog had chewed something up and you say their name and all they do is look away. That was the pure shame Kyle felt. Steven is scooping, hey, big dog, you trying to get a bite? Because he was already, what happened was he did it to himself. He's walking by, eyeballing the whole interaction. So it was a natural, oh, we made eye contact. Get up in here, big dog. Come get a bite of this. Steven dips it and he was like, oh, yeah, sure. Same spoon, eats it. Again, Steven to break it. Yeah, what'd you think? It's pretty good, right? He's like, yeah, it's not bad. And then leaves.
Walks right off.
And we
Rode off into the sunset.
fucking could not believe the sight that had just gone down. Just fucking drug this man into our shenanigans. He was about
It was a lot of uncomfortable laughing after that.
He was about it, and it was one of the greatest moments that I've ever experienced. Even though I literally was like this.
I never dreamed he would actually taste it.
Yeah.
But when he did,
Yeah, it made it all. It
made it
all
way
better.
better.
to me, it was an
For me.
to me it was an instant. Oh no, thank you. You guys look like you're having
Yeah.
fun though. It was, and he said yes. I said what?
What? And then it was like, oh yeah, I gotta see this.
Yeah, that shit was too good, dude. But it's like interactions like that. There's literally countless interactions like that, and we have noticed that since the gendering issue has since the gendering topic has been an issue, and people do use it to be unkind or like I don't know. There's obviously points of contention regarding that, but what we do and why we've continued, because we're aware of it, that we're aware that this is an issue and we continue to do it, I think is to just make lighthearted of the situation, not to diminish its importance, but just to say like, okay, if you're in a place, well, for me at least, if you're in a place where somebody's attacking you for something, take the power away. Say, fuck you. Like, you have no power over trying to make me feel bad if people are using it maliciously. It's like, yeah, say her, she, them, whim. We be even making up shit, be like, oh, herms. Like, because it's
Herms?
like, don't give it any value. Fuck people if they're trying to be mean. Let's be as inclusive as possible by being friendly and lovely across the board.
Yeah.
Literally across the board. Anybody and everybody can catch this friendly conversation when we're out in public, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
With me, it kind of transformed into misgendering myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to being a big, strong, influential man, calling himself a ma'am or a her,
Yep.
and just getting people's reaction to that. Maybe it'll spark a second thought.
Yeah.
You never know.
You think
Yeah.
it has led to any confusion in your personal life?
Yeah, of course.
No, not a bit. I think.
Yeah, I mean, it really like goes to show like the changing of the times, the definition of being a man is changing, and it's a lot of. I feel like just in general, that's changed. It's no longer. It used to be a man is work hard,
Be tough. Don't
be
show
tough,
emotion.
Don't show emotion. Don't cry. Don't complain.
Those are the ones that like to do it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those ones are fun.
Mhm.
A lot of this shit. So you guys, Steven, Kyle, and I ran a moving company for 8 years, and it, just like any small business, wasn't really anything. It was just some friends working together, and it eventually grew into. I remember at one meeting we had 50 people at one of our weekly meetings, and I was like, "Holy shit! Like,
was
this
cool.
is fucking incredible." And this was over the course of, like a 2-year period that we built our business up to that. And it was at that point that I realized like our role and these people counting on us, we have customers counting on us. We have a lot of people, even if they're not like these young guys we're only a few years older than them. A lot of the guys that we were working with, like we started the company, I was 22. And so I'm probably 24, 25 at this point. A lot of the guys working for us are literally anywhere from 18, 19 to 22, 23, 24 years old. I'm barely older than them. They're counting on us for their paychecks.
And some older folks like
Yeah.
my dad,
yeah,
40-something,
few
50-something-year-old
olders.
man that you have to lead.
right. Definitely. And definitely some older men, but they're like, even if they're not thinking like, oh, I'm looking up to this person, they're counting on you. They're counting on you to have your shit together. They're looking to you for what to do professionally. They're looking to you like, oh, how's he like, oh, Chase and Steven and Kyle, they're like, obviously are running this successful business. What are they doing? Let me talk to them. And when I realized like the impact we had on these guys is when I realized we had the opportunity to do a lot of good, by like you were saying, Kyle, alpha males or influential guys who make money and call the shots and things like that and pretty much run shit. Like what that used to mean 50 years ago is not what it means anymore.
And we definitely did not do the stereotypical run of the business.
If I'm being honest, I think it was our downfall. We were like, I look back to the grace we extended to people. Like we would bend over backwards to let guys keep their job and like advances, like literally paying money to people who didn't deserve it. Looking back, I'm not even joking. I think that was one of the biggest downfalls of Let's Get Moving is like we were literally too kind. And it's like when you think cutthroat business. We could be successful. I have no doubt in my mind we could have been more successful had we been a little bit less kind and a little bit more business and
but
dozens of times you were taken advantage of.
Yeah. I don't regret it. A lot of the,
I don't either.
A lot of those guys were, obviously we got taken advantage of, and I don't know what they're up to now, but there's a lot of guys that we did kind of put under our wing and lean out for, that are doing well now. They're doing bigger and better things. They've taken a lot of the experiences that they've learned with us and moved that stuff forward, and we're still friends with them and still talk to them fairly regularly.
Yeah, I realized that it was just that experience that I realized the sort of influence and impact we could have. We could have we have an impact on the way that these guys are living their life and thinking and feeling about things. But it was that experience of running the small business where it over time transformed from nothing, just us hanging out and trying to get some moves with just like a few guys to, oh, we have a lot of people counting on us, and we are having every single one of my interactions with these guys on a daily basis. So I was thinking about it. What hit it for me is there is no big picture like in the way that I'm interacting with these guys and how I want to go about doing my best to have a positive impact in this world. It is literally all my small interactions. Okay, somebody is late again because they're a fucking idiot and unreliable. Okay, how do I approach that? How do I approach that conversation? What do I do to be kind, empathetic, and leave that interaction having been something I can be proud of? Leave that interaction thinking back, okay, I was kind, I did what I could to, not make them feel terrible, but also get across what I need to as a business. And I've realized we could have a huge impact with all of the guys on a daily basis, and not being the way guys, like when you see in movies or whatever, not being alpha males in that way, even though we do have the authority or power because we're the business owners, trying to just change what that meant to the people working for us.
And it helped that we actually cared. We cared about running a good business. We cared about having good guys, and we cared about doing a good job.
Couple of those guys have their own businesses now that they run and are pretty successful and all that.
Some running moving companies.
Some running moving companies, competing moving companies.
You rats. No, but all good dudes. And yeah, Kyle, I agree with you 100%. I wouldn't change it for the world. It's the experience we have and the things that we learned running that business. It's invaluable.
One of the toughest things that I learned was when we did have to fire people, about how to go about that and make it
to not let me do it.
And then that's where I was leading into it. Steven has a very specific firing.
What's up, Kev? What was it? What was the line?
I don't know, but I mean, we had good rapport, him and I. He just didn't have good rapport with everybody else.
This is how it went down. He needed to be let go. We told him to come in.
Get this right.
Chase and Steven were debating on who was going to do it.
False. Chase was going to fire this guy.
No, stop. Let me interject. There was no debate. It was 100% me.
Yeah. Chase was going to call this guy in, or somebody called this guy in for Chase to fire him. I'm over here doing my work, doing what I'm supposed to do, and he walks in, Chase walks right the fuck out. And I'm like, fuck. All right, hey, what's up, dog? Hey. I got bad news.
I got some bad news.
That's what
the crew leaders don't fuck with you.
What's up, Kev? I got some bad
The
bad
crew
news.
leaders don't fuck with you, man. You got to go. And he took it well. I was like, oh, fuck, man. For real? All right, man. I get it.
Yep.
And he walked right the fuck out.
Yeah.
It wasn't an issue as far as I know. Afterwards.
So we called him Bad News Kev after that, and we said, Steven, you can't fire nobody. But I walked out. I was going to come back, but something happened when he walked in that me and Steven were laughing at, and I didn't want to be unprofessional, so I excused myself for a moment. I was going to come back, but Steven was like, oh, bet. All right, yeah. Hey, what's up, Kev? I got some bad news. I was like, oh, he's sending it. Nice. Yeah, it's just a little good old-fashioned miscommunication.
Well, it's because he looked at me like, what do you guys want? And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diego, you got some unique experiences. You ran a moving company one time, and then
did you ever have to
moved on
fire
some other
anybody?
things.
No, I did have to lower. I did lower someone's wage, and that did not go well.
Oh my God, what was that about?
I don't know if we ever even did that.
I don't think we ever did that.
I was just trying to structure the company so that people could, would want to, be better and then, just get paid more. And it just didn't make sense to him. So,
Yep.
yeah.
So he was already making more, but it didn't fit your structure. So he had to dock his pay to fit the structure.
Yeah,
the
and I was
routine.
willing to give him bonuses and stuff like that to compensate for it, just so as new people came in, it was kind of on a similar pay grade. But
well, he's grandfathered in at that point, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking back at it, he was twice my age, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So,
How old
That's
were
the
you when you
point.
were running that? I remember
I was 19.
I was gonna say I think I was still in high school, and I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? I was like, I think I was 17.
Imagine us as 19-year-olds running a moving company.
Yeah.
Diego, I don't fucking blame you.
Yeah.
I've been put in a lot of positions that I should not have been.
Hey, Diego is the prime example of fake it till you make it.
If
guys.
I'm like 26, 27, say, hey, dog, I got bad news for you. Imagine what I'm doing at 18, 19 years
It's-
old.
hey, dog, I got some bad news.
No, my voice dropped at the young age of like 12.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, no, I don't trust anything I would have done at 19.
Yeah, fuck, dude. We were struggling. I was 22. You were 22 or 23, and we were struggling.
I was 20.
Yeah,
I was fresh out of high school.
we were figuring it out,
That was
though.
what, sophomore year of
And we had 4 of us. It
College.
was just Diego by himself. Nobody to say, hey, hold on, dog. That's a bad idea. Yep.
And the people I worked with, they were not like younger than me. They were a lot older and out of prison. And
Yep. Marlon and Steve and all
That's
the
your
old
traditional
heads.
moving company.
Yeah.
Prisoners and drug addicts.
A lot of those old drug addicts, though, they be getting it. They'll tweak all day. And power through a move, no damage, and reliable. You're like, hey, shit, bro, I ain't gonna knock it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna knock the technique.
They just don't look appeasing to the customer.
Hey, what was your technique to get through today with such youthful vigor? I ain't passing no drug test. Don't worry about it.
some of those old heads had some insane ways to carry things.
Techniques.
I've seen people carry a piano, like a spin it on their back
Oh
with
my
some
God.
straps,
Backpack.
like a backpack,
that
dude.
boy Curtis.
Yeah, bro. I was like I'm young, strong, and I wouldn't even dare. I wouldn't even attempt it. And we did some
My thing
stupid
is-
stuff.
Yeah, that looks cool and it's impressive. You're doing all the extra work by yourself, but that's not fucking professional.
And it just
It's
looks bad.
risky.
A lot of what we do, a lot of what we would focus on from the moving company is simply optics. It's literally, okay, this might be fine.
Mhm.
Like you're going to be fine 99% of the time. But think from a customer's perspective. There's 4 of you guys there. They're paying literally over $250 an hour for us to be there.
That's what set us apart.
It's how does this look and how it looks, how does that make the customer feel about you handling all their belongings? You know what I mean? So keeping that shit in mind, a lot of what went down was simply based on making sure the customer was comfortable.
I preach that a lot, especially in the loads, using pads unnecessarily just to cover up something that looks ugly or
Questionable,
messy, but is done well and safe. But the customer might think otherwise.
Yeah.
Because it might look like a tangled mess of things, but it's tangled so it doesn't shift.
And right, and
So
they
let's throw a pad over it to hide that ugly is what I'm
and they come back to the back of the truck. They have no clue. They literally don't know what's going on. They just come to look. How does it look? Think to
Mhm.
an average guy, average person, average woman. How does it look? And using pads to cover that shit up. And yep, people still doing everything wrong. Oh,
Like
well.
Austin would,
and that's
would
coming from
cover
us.
a dresser with one pad. You've got a quarter or less of the dresser sticking out. I'm like, yeah, it works and it's protected. What's the customer going to think if he sees only part of his dresser covered?
Yeah.
Just cover. Use another pad. Take your time. Use
Yeah.
another pad. It's more
That's crazy
professional.
because that's coming from us, where we're constantly being scrutinized about the things we're doing wrong and right.
Mm-hmm.
And that was us.
Yep.
Scrutinizing people. We're
Hey,
doing,
when we
being,
were
being
in-
professional.
For the record, when we were in it, we were running running the tight ship.
It was a 5-star company.
It felt like, tell me looking back, running this company felt like absolute chaos. Felt like at no point did it feel like, okay, we're kind of good, we're chilling, and we're kind of, it never felt like that. But looking back, it's like, oh yeah, we were fully doing it. And everything was running fine.
It was pretty straightforward for me for the most part because I elected to just stay in the field as much as I could because that's where I was most valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty straightforward to me, just doing what I've always done, just leading the guys the best I can by example and doing a good job, doing it right, and making sure the customer's happy. It was pretty straightforward to me. But of course, when I tore my ACL and I got to spend time in the office, it can definitely seem wonky and unorganized. But
Yeah, the office was different, and I don't even think the guys realized until we started putting them in the office about how, like, when you're on a move, you're solving like that problem, whatever, if something arised on that move that needed fixed, you would solve that. In the office, you were solving
All of
every
their
move's problems, plus all the problems that you were getting called for from moves that are
That happened 2
about to
months ago.
happen or happened 2 months ago. It was just
Plus booking all the new moves.
yeah, well, it was a lot.
I had little systems to keep things straight, and apparently it was too much for most anybody else who stepped into that position because it would always take like 2 people. But
well, when I went in there, whenever I went in after I tore my ACL, it seemed like you didn't have a system. You were just doing it all off your brain. And I was like, this can't be for me. I can't handle
You're
all
a
that.
big Post-it guy.
I'll keep
Post-it?
posted to-do list.
Post it. Yeah.
That it was just pressing things. It would, I would have Post-its and I would just book move, knock out a Post-it, throw it away. Book move, knock out a Post-it.
I noticed you were willing and able to redo emails and structure them. I would have to copy and paste the same shit, change the wording.
Dog, we operated for literally like 2 years without templates.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
would
I
email.
cannot handle this.
Desi came in and was like, it was when Desi first came into our. I don't want to. We're getting way too off topic, but real quick, Desi first came in and he was observing how we did things and how I ran the moving company. He was like, "Dog, you typed the same email." Like, and I would sometimes go back and copy and paste, but I'm like, "Fuck it, it's just faster for me to just type out the same email literally like 20 times a day." He's like, "Bro, look at this. Gmail has templates and blah blah blah." So then we had like 15 templates. One for this is
how it was,
brand new customer, brand new call, brand new email, whatever. They have
changing.
booking a move, like the whole 9 yards.
It started with me having a bunch of drafts of putting out a quote or starting the conversation or booking a move. I would just copy and paste it, old messages you had,
and
copy
then
them
change it
there,
out.
and then when the situation would arise, copy it, bring it to the email, and then fill in the information. And Desi saw that shit and was like, "No, that's easily could be erased or forgotten or lost or deleted or whatever." And then he started incorporating all the fancy shit.
Yeah, there's all kinds of software that can be used for small businesses that we
Yeah.
just simply didn't do. But it definitely was those experiences, not only throughout high school. I don't know what my parents did, you guys. My parents, for all, not all accounts were fuck ups, but I mean, like both of them were alcoholics and pretty absent. My dad worked out of town and my mom was emotionally nowhere to be found for me growing up. But it's like something
Sounds like my parents.
Something that did, and Steve, you even had a rougher go than I did regarding parenting, but it's like that I definitely felt love. Like I definitely felt love, but any meaningful like guidance or parenting was absent. And I don't know what they did, but I have had what I have considered one of my greatest strengths and or superpowers is I've literally never cared what people thought. I've literally never, like, peer pressure and like just trying to conform to what people are doing or like thinking, oh, how will people think about it? I've literally always just done what I want, which has not always been a good thing, but I've never had to live with the burden of concerning myself with what people thought. And I don't know if it's something my parents did growing up that I don't really give them credit for, if it's just who I am as a person. But when the older I've gotten, the more I've talked to people who literally feel like anxiety or they feel overcome with like worrying about how people are going to take it or what people are going to think. And I'm like, that's a fucking foreign language to me. So using that to be good, using that to empower people to just be themselves, say fucking do what you can to be a good person. But it's how I feel okay, like calling you girl. And it's like, yeah, it's just fucking, let's use this little influence. People are looking at us when we're running a company or even socially at this point, because we have Steven obviously has a massive following, but we have a little bit of a following and people are seeing what we're doing. Just being fucking kind and being ourselves. And there's always going to be haters. Fuck them. Just do what you want. And yeah, I didn't even know people cared so heavily about what other people thought until I became an adult.
I mean, there's always going to be haters. I mean, I saw something the other day about some viral story about a guy opening a door for a random girl and then just getting absolutely cussed out.
Oh my
and
God.
Just for that she can open the door herself. She doesn't need somebody to open the door for her type vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
anybody can do anything.
God.
Yeah.
Anybody can.
I've
do
thought about
anything,
this.
but if you have the time and the energy, it doesn't have to be for a girl. I open the door for guys all the time.
Right.
I did it
A
the other
woman
day.
opened
Other
the
day
door
at
for
Quick
me.
Trip, and he was overtly thankful. Like he was like, "Oh, dude, thank you so much. Nobody opens the door for me."
I've thought about this with past relationships. And this is a genuine question. I pose a genuine question because I want to hear a better rebuttal, because my thinking is this. If I'm sleeping at home with my woman and my daughter's there, whatever the case is, and somebody comes into the house, somebody breaks into our house, or there is a pressing, literal, mortal threat, is it not expected that I do something? You know what I mean? You would expect the most capable person to do something. I would not expect the woman I'm with to go and try to defend our family first and foremost. I would expect me first and foremost, and I would think anybody.
But that's a good point. You said most. What did you say? You said most capable person to do that. I think that's a better way to say it. I don't think it's if the woman's more capable.
That's what I'm saying.
Let them have at it.
Let
like
the
if I'm
most-
married to Ronda Rousey,
Right. Please
Get-
go get him.
Go!
But that's what I'm saying. Like there are, like, to say, like, to get mad about holding the door, for example, it's like, okay, there are always things, if you want to make an argument, it's like, yeah, I can see your argument. To me, it makes sense. She's more than capable. By you getting the door, you're insinuating that you're doing this for her and she can't do it for herself. I mean, yeah, you can say that. But in reality, let's look at it. There are always things you can make an argument to be mad about. If somebody breaks into my house, I would expect myself to go defend my family in a mortal threat where somebody can get injured or hurt or killed. I would not expect the woman I'm with to do that before me. Of course, I would expect her to defend our family, but not before me if I'm there and able. Just like, okay, so if I have that expectation for myself and I assume the woman I'm with would have that expectation for me, it's not one-sided. There are also things that I would expect her to do. You know what I mean? And I don't know what exactly those are, but I think that to say there are no expectations, that's not real life. That's not the world we live in. Getting the door for somebody, like an older person. If it's an old man, yeah, I'll get the door for him too, just like I would for a lady or a woman. It's like, I don't know.
It kind of like brings it all the way back to like just how we are, how we just drag people into our shenanigans. Is like 99%. I would say maybe not 99, maybe like 95% of people that we drag in end up laughing, having a good time. We make good, meaningful connections with people. We've met people out of town that we've added on social media that we see, popping up all the time, that we, share a like, drop a comment every now and then.
And the percent that don't, and even the percent that maybe don't get drug into it and have a good time with us are not mad. I think they're more awkward than mad. I would say anytime they're not, they're just like too awkward to get into the funness. But I don't think it's a matter.
People ever get mad.
That one guy in New York got mad at us.
Oh, yeah, that guy got...
The Irishman, he had a thick, heavy accent, and still we were just dicking with him, and he was literally trying to throw down.
He was trying to fight all 5 of us.
I was like, dog, there's like 5 of us here, bro. Leave us alone.
Well, hold on, because the smaller Asian guy didn't get mad whatsoever.
And we were getting handsy
and
with
we
him.
picked his ass up.
When Diego went up and picked him up for the picture,
Yeah, we were walking the streets of New York, and this older Asian gentleman recognized us from TikTok and wanted to take a picture with us. And I was on the phone. I think it was primarily me. He was after.
Yeah.
He was
after
like,
me. I want him in there too.
Get Chase in here with us. And I look over. I'm off the phone. I'm like, all right, I got to go. I look over. Diego is manhandling this man, and he's having the time of his life for the picture. And Steven and Diego are lifting this man up.
I'm pretty sure I had him right here by the leg.
Yep, you did.
Right here.
Oh,
literally
getting aggressively handsy,
groping the man,
just to be funny and be like, "Yeah, we're here with you, dog. You want a picture? You're getting a picture." Like type vibe, and just being overly. What I think it is I think we all feel comfortable and good because we all know we fucking love people and are coming from a place of inclusivity and acceptance. Like straight up, if we were doing the jokes we were doing and we didn't have the hearts we have, it wouldn't be the same. I genuinely think it's like we're okay with exactly who we are because we're just fucking loving
more
all people
that hate that don't like it, not don't like us, but like get mad at us when we do our thing. There's like a general sense of like just vibe that people get. Yeah,
people are picking up what we're putting down.
We're not there to be mean or any of that thing. I've even when we were at the Pride Fest, always we would get like eye contact with people, but they'd be too scared to come say anything, and we would just run up to them.
Get up in here, big dog.
Get up in here. We know you know who we are. We know who you are. Come on.
The KC Pride Fest is not massive by any means, but it's definitely a pretty big event for Kansas City, for a Kansas City type scale.
Tens of thousands
yeah,
of people.
Definitely tens of thousands. Yeah. And if we go there and are fully accepted and loved on, people are definitely picking up the vibe. Yep. You know what I mean? That is the place to be inclusive and lovely. And we not only get recognized for who we are and the sort of shit that we're doing. So if you're in the comments hating, fuck you.
Those saying we're just going there to exploit and make money off the gays. God, come on.
I kind of don't even want to give it any credit because they'll say you're gay baiting for sitting how I'm sitting. You were crossing your legs on the podcast. That's gay. Literally getting comments saying that's gay baiting. But if we're sitting, I was also sitting like this regular, and they'll say, "Oh, you're spreading your legs. You're gay baiting." There is stupid shit. You just can't.
You can't win one way or the other.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense. But nonetheless, we're gonna keep doing our thug tizzle.
I feel like there are people out there specifically just looking to anything that they can pick out, they're gonna pick out.
Yep.
People just want to complain.
Yeah. Fuck them.
It's truly about.
It's kind of off topic, but I find it funny and like yelling, especially during a rugby game where everything is as serious as can be. Go support her, rock her,
Yep.
be with her,
Get with her.
let's go, girls. Mid game, everybody's either mad, serious, locked in, just there's zero joking,
Yeah.
and just breaking the ice, dude.
That
Breaking,
is
yeah.
the best
Making
time
a
to do
noise.
it.
Especially in the scrums before all the biggest guys pretty much go to war and bang into each other. It's so fun, dude.
Yep.
It's so fun.
We're all about to scrum together.
It's all stuff that you would be yelling regularly, just with the wrong, the distracting
Yeah.
way.
Let's get them, girls.
I will literally be yelling, expose her, like trying to hype my guys up in the scrum. I'll be yelling at some of our players, talking about expose her. She doesn't know what she's doing, but yelling so everybody can hear.
Yeah.
And the confusion and nobody knows who I'm talking to. It's fucking funny, Steven. You do be yelling some funny shit.
That's the spark notes of the group is just stand out, be nuisances, but
New
be fun, have fun.
Dude, when would
Break
be a
the
better
ice.
time to do it? Around the biggest, most testosterone ass guys, is the best.
Yeah.
And funniest.
Yeah, because it breaks expectations the most.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that shit. That shit gets me hyphy. All right, what else? I think we're cool. What do you guys think?
I don't know if we did anything off of this. I've just been.
Yeah, we have a little
I haven't looked at it.
I don't even, why am I blanking on
Outline.
what this thing's
This is called an
An
outline.
outline.
We have an
yeah.
outline. I don't even give
We
a
have an-
fuck about an outline.
We have an outline here that we were supposed to adhere to that we kind of went off the rails, but that made for some good conversation,
Right,
which I'm
yeah.
not mad about.
And listen, you guys, if you're ready to spice up your year in an unforgettable way, look no further than the Sexy Mover calendar. Picture this: 12 months. Oh yeah, as Steven pulls out the jockstrap. 12 months. 12
Spicy months.
Kyle wrote up
Scintillating.
scintillating.
Scintillating?
Kyle wrote up the ad, and I don't know what this word is, so I'm gonna say spicy. Listen, seriously though, Spicy Mover calendar, 12 months, 12 incredibly spicy pictures, better than they've ever been before, both in like how risque they are and the quality of what we're putting out to you. A whole lot of sizzle. It's a calendar that you'll be checking every single day for your schedule, obviously, not for the pictures.
And we know a lot of you have mover fantasies.
Blue collar. It's a whole, trust me, it's a whole genre. Blue collar. Oh, plumber comes over to do some work. Oh, mechanic. You can't afford to pay the mechanic. Oh, the movers just got done and you can't afford to pay them. What are you going to do?
Move that box over here. and
Yeah,
over
we know
there
you've
and
got that
into
blue
that room.
Yeah, we know you got that blue
You've got
collar
them for a few
fantasy.
hours.
Yeah. Oh, this
Hey,
is a
2-hour minimum.
Yeah, you paid for 2 hours and it's only been 30 minutes. What are you going to do for the rest of it? We know you have the blue collar fantasy. We're getting off the rails here, but go ahead, check out the calendar, get yours so you get yours. The pre-order link is in the bio and they should be shipping out, I want to say like December, beginning of December-ish.
I was gonna say mid to late November. Hopefully, if we get October done tonight and then November done next week,
Hopefully, wrap.
hopefully early next week, we're done. All the other months are edited, so just those two, and then we should be able to get the calendar made up, shipped to us, so we can ship them out mid to late November.
And I'm not going to lie, you guys, for those of you who are just listening, if this is an auditory-based medium for you only, then I'm going to describe to you what's in my hand. And it's a fucking jockstrap. It is a cute little Calvin Klein. It is as classy as a jockstrap can be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say one word for this jockstrap. June. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
June.
June.
baby.
I have more. That's my first time ever wearing an actual jock strap. That's
Really?
not
You
sport
never
related.
You never made content? You never made content with the jockstrap?
No.
Oh, speaking of, go subscribe to LF if you guys want to help us keep delivering you high quality content.
And you want the lights to stay on.
Yeah, you want the lights to stay on. Steven,
Content to be made.
make some content in the jockstrap. Trust.
Trust and believe.
Trust and believe. I've done it several times. I have several that I've made. So
Wow.
Nice.
yeah.
Well,
Good to know.
anyways, thanks for listening, and if share your comments down below. We want to check those out and see what you got to say. See what you thought about this podcast. This was not how it was supposed to go, but I enjoy how it did come out.
I'm fine with it.
Yep.
That was fun.
Make sure if you want to see the behind the scenes and help support us financially, join the Patreon. You'll get all the behind the scenes exclusive content. This is content that doesn't and because it can't get posted anywhere else. So join the Patreon. We will be able to see your comments and engagement there. Check it out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere podcasts are.
Love you.
Love you all.
Bye bye.